Alright, what's going on, everybody? So, today is Father's Day, so I want to go ahead and wish every father out there a very happy Father's Day. Hope you guys have a great day. Doing your job, holding things down, raising your children well, hopefully so at least. Definitely a big hats off to you, and it's definitely relevant that this video comes out on Father's Day because, you know, fathers doing their job definitely prevents children from doing stuff like this, man. Parents who do their jobs and, you know, raising their children properly prevent their children from acting out like this. I know it's Father's Day, but dads, you need to teach your kids to get off the clout, man. I know you're out here trying to keep them off the heroin and all these other drugs and whatnot, but you need to teach them about the clout, man. I'm telling you, it's the new up-and-coming drug. Everybody's on it. So today we're going to be taking a look at a video of this kid who quite literally disrespects an entire graveyard, obviously full of dead people and their headstones. I'm not gonna lie, this one made me kind of mad. I can't imagine how I'd feel if that was my family members that he was walking across the gravestones of. I don't know, I feel like we would have had to throw some hands, but douchebags ruining like a Family Dollar / Walmart. Alright, yeah. Clout seeking the graveyard though, man, come on. It takes it way too far, way beyond any level of any normal human being should ever take it, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the video. Go ahead and take a look at this.
Yo, homie, you dead. Most of their ass got hit in their head. Look at all you dead. Wake up! You can't, I forgot. Mariette, she dead. Oh, Mariette, she dead, and her ass got hit in her head. Who else out here? Oh, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Who are you? Daisy Davis. Her ass, she dead. Oh, her ass, she dead. Her husband got hit in his head.
Yo, that's her husband?
Yeah, come wake up, bro. Wake up. Wake up. You can't because you dead.
Yo, bro, chill.
Yo, homie, you dead. Hey, yo, homie, you dead.
Nah.
Yo, homie, you dead.
Oh my god. Yo, y'all wildin'. Yo, bro, oh my. Yo, bro, this wildin', bro. Oh my god.
Yo, homie, you dead.
Now, my first reaction to this whole thing was why? I just was watching this and I'm sitting here thinking, like, why would you do this? But then, of course, just like all these other situations where people act out like this, man, it hit me pretty much instantaneously after I said that. I answered my own question. Clout, man. I'm telling you, it's a hell of a drug, folks. If you are not aware, I'm telling you, clout is the new, it's the new epidemic, folks. It's here. Those boonk people, they all started this stuff, man. Once they started it, man, it's just all over the place. Kids think this is the way to go now. This is how you reach internet fame. They want that 15 seconds of attention. They will do anything to get it. We have gotten to the point where we will go in the graveyard and disrespect the dead to get it. We don't care what's going on, man. We just don't care. They see what these acts online do and how much attention they get, the millions of views that they get, and they realize that these idiots that are just like these other ones are online laughing at them. Boonk is funny. And they think that they're comedians, and they make careers doing these things somehow. Clout's a drug. These people are addicted to the attention that they get when they do this stuff. But with that being said, there are a lot of ways that you can get clout. I mean, there's tons of ways that you can get it. Why out of all those ways would you pick this one? I mean, there's much safer ways. There's ways that won't get you arrested. There's ways that possibly won't have you haunted by poltergeists for the rest of your life. I just don't understand, like, why this was the one you decided you had to pick. I mean, you're playing with an odd deck of cards here, man. The consequences of doing something at a graveyard are a lot different than they would be in most other places. And I'm not just talking about the law. I mean, of course, there are laws protecting graveyards and whatnot, but I mean, simply speaking, you know, I'm not too spiritual, but if spirits really are real and whatnot, then this dude is in for a visit. I don't know what to tell him. This dude's about to have grave gangs showing up at the crib at 3 o'clock in the morning to get his ass. You know what I'm saying? They're about to show up at his house on some paranormal activity type beat behavior. This young man is going to look like Patrick Star when he was faking getting beat up by SpongeBob so he could get into the salty spittoon. This dude will quite literally not know what hit him. He will be walking into the kitchen tomorrow morning and all of a sudden a pan will fly across the room and knock him out. I don't know, man. That's just not something you really want to play around with. I mean, like I said, I'm not too spiritual, but even then, you're not going to see me, like, messing around with an Ouija board, and you're not going to see me going in the graveyard and, like, stepping on people's graves and you know, disrespecting them like that. I'm not even going to attempt or go out of my way to draw any sort of that kind of negative attention my way. I'm not even gonna take the risk. I would never even try it, man. I don't understand how some of you are this bold, but I guess that's what Clout does to you, man. I hear these drugs sometimes, they really alter your decision making, and they make it to where, like, you'll do anything. You'll do anything as long as you think that it's gonna do something good for you, man. And, I mean, obviously, we're seeing the effects right here. And I'm not super religious either, I'm just irreligious, honestly. But I mean, if there's a hell, this fool just guaranteed himself a spot here. You know how, like, in the office park, they got, like, the special reserved parking spot for the CEO? This fool has one in hell. I mean, there's a lot of ways I can imagine that you can get there really quickly. I mean, I can think of thousands of ways if you gave me enough time. But I mean, doing something like this, I gotta figure this is like LeBron, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan, Shaq, and all of them just teaming up in their prime. He just punched his ticket, man. He's going to the finals in hell already, guaranteed. He locked himself up a spot in hell at an all-time new world record speed, man. This is a Guinness World Record for fastest entry into hell. 51 seconds, or however long that video clip was, you know, that's insane. But even regardless of whether or not these spirits are real or not, you know, if they're ever gonna get this opportunity to beat the ever-living dog shit out of this kid, and, you know, turn him into SpongeBob and Patrick at the Salty Spittoon. It's just extremely disrespectful. I think we can all see that. There's no reason why you should ever take it upon yourself to behave this way in a cemetery, much less anywhere else in public, as even though this is a place where the dead are laid to rest in peace. I mean, you are quite literally disrespecting somebody's dead family members. You are going to somebody's gravesite and disrespecting somebody's dead family members. I mean, can you imagine how this kid probably would feel if somebody was recording his family member's grave being literally walked on, stepped across by some kid who had a back hairline looking like the shit got canceled out by PEMDAS? I mean, even if it was a nice hairline though, it's just wrong. I mean, we can all see that, except for the people recording. Some people might think this is some innocent little joke and that they're just trying to be funny. I mean, there's ways that you go about stuff like that. There really are. You can be funny and you can do things out in public. Like, I want to bring up a really good example here. I don't know if you guys remember the show Loiter Squad. It had like Tyler the Creator and Odd Future and all them on it. That shit was hilarious, man. They went out in public and acted like fools. That shit was hilarious, man. That was on Adult Swim. That was actually funny. And see, here's the difference. Here's the key difference. You know, they didn't just go into like a cemetery and just like start randomly disrespecting dead people and like walking across graves for clout. They actually like were being funny. Like, they used comedy. They were being humorous, okay? Another great example here on the internet, Filthy Frank, okay? He'd go out in public. Once again, he didn't just go out in public and like just disrespect graves or anything. What he did was actually funny. Like, there was actually a joke behind it, and every episode had a point to it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't out there just trying to seek clout, fame, and attention simply for being a bully and an asshole. I mean, in some episodes, he was out there kind of being a douchebag, but at the same time, like, he was being funny. That was the point, and most of the people he was being one to were paid actors who had been in the video. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to see the clear difference. You know, these people are funny. This kid is not funny. There are ways to go about things like this. You have to actually be funny to do things, okay? It's not funny to disrespect the grave sites of the dead for internet clout and laughs from your stupid friends. It's not. I'm sorry, man, that's not comedy gold. No one's finding this one funny, bro, you know? Like, and on top of that, like, this is another example of, hey, maybe let's not record ourselves potentially committing a crime. Because I'm pretty sure what just took place could be considered a crime somehow. I don't know necessarily 100%. It probably depends on where they live. I know there's weird laws in certain places and stuff, but I mean, the definition of desecrating something is to disrespect it and to deprive it of its sacred value, and I mean, that's definitely an argument that could be made about what just happened here. And even if they can't make that a case, they can't get him for criminal trespassing, they can't get him for disturbing the peace, and there wasn't any graveyard security. I know not every single graveyard has security, but I know some of them do, and I think a lot more obviously should, because even without losers like this disrespecting them for clout, you have like grave robbers and all kinds of problems there. I mean, come on. Regardless of all this, I mean, one thing I do want to point out is the loudest one in the room, they're usually the one with the most problems going on. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses or anything for them. I'm just saying that people who do things like this and who go on and they just like blatantly seek attention in these weird ways and in criminal ways, ways like this, they clearly have some sort of problem going on in their lives, and it's generally pretty severe. I mean, they're not getting enough attention at home, they don't feel adequate, their parents don't love them, you know, they got some sort of issue underneath, and it's generally causing them to act out like this. And I mean, once again, it's not intended to be an excuse. What he did is inexcusable, and he should be punished. But at the same time, I think we should take a step back and realize that these kinds of people do these things for very specific reasons. It's easy to ask why, of course. Then again, lots of people go through bad things and have awful lives and deal with daily crap, and they don't go and film themselves disrespecting an entire graveyard for the whole internet to see. Do I know 100% what's going on with this kid? Of course I don't. I'm not going to pretend to know what his problem is, but clearly something's up. I mean, I really don't care. Honestly, he still deserves to be punished. Like, the worst thing ever could be happening to him, and honestly, I mean, something has to give. I mean, what he did is still completely inexcusable and disrespectful. I mean, you gotta teach people like this lessons. You can't just be letting them go out and do stuff like this. I don't think anyone can sit here and look at this video and be like, hey, I would be really happy to see that if somebody did that to my family members. Hey, I'd be really happy to see that happen to my mother or my father or my brother or my grandma. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of thing that people like this don't consider. They just do this shit instantaneously because they see that clout just waiting for them on the internet. It's like fish in a barrel, you know, to them. They just throw it there. They see that fish in the barrel, man. They're just waiting for that clout, right? They can't wait to get that next hit of clout. They'll do anything, man. They'll shave the indent in the back of their hairline and run through the graveyard acting a fool. They don't care, man. It's a shame, man, but that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content. Join the Discord down below. Lots of great things going on down there as well. Thank you to my channel members for your $5 a month. Your support helps my channel tremendously. If you'd like to become one for only $5 a month, you can do so by hitting the join button down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, I guess, desecrating a graveyard for clout, and signing out.